Okay, see, she's working hard. You know, this is not really part of the bloopers.
Oh, there we go.
The internet went out for a while, and Terry thought she was being censored. So that's only when she doesn't bring over peanut butter parfaits.
He was very offended that you wouldn't bring over a peanut butter parfait.
Yeah, because I told him, John called me and said he demanded her to do it. She didn't really take that seriously. You know, this is a woman's world. What can you say? Us men are like forgotten about.
So where did we leave off?
The events you left.
Where you guys heard.
We were talking about the conference.
Oh, yeah.
Not knowing if they heard it, though. They may not have.
What was the last thing you guys heard?
What?
Because we were still talking. Oh, the Clippers game was the last thing.
Okay. Well, and I'm sure Terry's going to join us that day for the Clippers, too.
I'm sure she is.
Because even if you don't like baseball, it's awesome to be just in that atmosphere.
So then after the Clippers game, which is July 13th at 7 p.m., you can call your tickets in or you can mail them in. If you call them in, they're going to charge you $2 extra. We don't know why. We didn't know that ahead of time, but...
And if you have an email, send us your email. If you want us to send you the form over, one of our board members can do it. Each board member now has their own email.
Yes, you can go to our the Fair Treatment page and Fair Treatment Reform and Reentry Facebook page, and you'll see all of our contact information. And then lastly is on August 3rd, our Parole Reform Conference from 11 to 5. And to be determined at what we're all going to talk about in there, or who we're going to have, what we're going to do.
If you have some suggestions, we do need bakers for a bake sale. Like I was also saying, is we need help financially for that. Last year we spent close to $1,000 on it, and we are not eligible for a grant this year because it's outside of the city of Columbus.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're able to help, you go to the fundraiser that's on my page, or go to our website at fairtreatmentreformandreentry.org.
Yes. Are we still recording?
Why?
I'm just wondering.
Well, I see. I don't know who that is. I think that might be Bobby.
Bobby Joe.
Yeah.
She said the secretary can do it.
Yes, the secretary can. Do what? Bake? You talking about bacon?
No, it was something about sending out the emails.
Oh, okay.
These were the letters that I did, but it printed off black and white.
Oh, that's fine.
So, on March 19th, we went back to the State House to
Let's talk about the first meeting.
Huh?
Talk about the first meeting with the Attorney General.
Oh, yeah. First, we went to, she said, H-E double hockey sticks, no. She meant the Clippers form. She wasn't talking about baking.
Oh.
So on the 19th, we met with the Attorney General's office before we went to visit the Judiciary Committee. And we asked for a formal investigation of the parole board. And they actually took a whole lot of notes. And
we met for them for about 40 minutes or so.
It was a good meeting. So that was very encouraging. And then, like I said, Tuesday will be our big meeting because that's with the governor's office. We will be posting a schedule of our events that will be going on. And what What'd she say?
Who?
Terry messaged you and said something. So what we're doing is we have.
It must have been Facebook out because she said Peter's back on.
Okay. We have a questionnaire that is front and back that will be sent to the men and women who have seen the parole board and have seen the parole board and have gotten a flop. So we would like to have them fill this out. We're trying to get the finishing touches put on it. We have a letter that goes with it that will be also sent out to your loved one. However, we are not mailing them out. We can email them to you. You can print them out and send them. We just simply don't have the money to send it out to everybody that would like one.
We have to also be real good stewards right now of the finances because this is going to be a very hard fought campaign that all of us are involved in for this next year.
Mm-hmm. So this will be coming here shortly as soon as we can get the letterhead going. Anything else you want to say about let me say this.
She'll elaborate a little bit on legislative day too.
Oh, is that what I was doing?
Yeah.
I get sidetracked. Sorry, guys. But for those of you that were interested in the doing the postcards that are on the parole committee, we are hoping to have those by the time we do the letter writing campaign. So let us know.
And we need more donations for that. That's how much is it for the?
Well, I need to find out exactly. But we're hoping. I think our vision for it is to have our logo on one side with something beside it, written beside it, and then on the opposite side we'll have a few sentences, but you'll be able to fill in who you want it to go to, and then you can write your own, message on the bottom, and then you can address it to whichever senator you want it to go to. So that's something that we're talking about doing. But the legislative day, we met with 8 senators, I think, that day.
Yeah, it was 8.
Yeah. And we got some really great positive feedback from a few of them. And we're hoping that they're going to work together to introduce our proposal. We're being told, we don't know for sure, but we're being told that something is already in the works and that our proposal might be a part of it. So we're just trying to find out
where we can fit into.
Yeah, where we can.
There's also parts of our proposal we will not back down from. There's some things we can negotiate on, but certain things we cannot, and we're going to take our stand on those issues.
Yeah, so we will be going back through the proposal with a fine-tooth comb, reading every little sentence to make sure of the things that we absolutely will not negotiate on. If they come to us and say, okay, well, we'll put some of this in here, but we can't put all of what you're asking for in there. So we have to decide on what we are not going to negotiate on. Rebecca Spencer says, woohoo, go guys. And we would like to have these, the questionnaires back to us as soon as possible so that we can present those to the legislators as well.
As well as the governor's office.
Yes. well, we won't have him back before we go to the governor's
No,
office.
but the second.
But
meeting
we're not gonna, this isn't just gonna be it. We're not gonna be, just because we've met with all these people doesn't mean that we're gonna stop. We're gonna continue to write. We're gonna continue to go to their office. We're gonna continue to make phone calls and request meetings and things like that. So just because we've already done this once doesn't mean we're not going to do it again.
It's going to be a process. It's going to be a constant meeting with the same people over and over again, as well as some new people. We have to eventually start in the House, but if we could get introduced in the Senate, then during that time we can really go over to the House. And the House has, I think, 100 and some House members there, where the Senate has 30.
Mm-hmm. And we have, we've tried to run campaigns for him.
We offered
James
to
tries to
we
sell his soul.
yeah. Kenny Yuko, I gotta say this. He's supposed to be watching tonight, but I have not seen his name pop up. But he will. One thing I like about Kenny is he's the minority leader, and he can kind of get his people to follow suit on ours, and he will. Now, getting back to the president of the Senate is a different story. He won't meet with us. He said, go see your local senator. And when we said this is a statewide issue, he said, go see your local senators again.
Who was that?
What's his name? Real weird name. He's little roly-poly. That wasn't nice. I know I didn't say that on camera.
You certainly did.
Thank God I didn't say his name.
So it's not this right here, right?
What? What does it say? No, that's O'Brien.
Okay. Yeah, so just because we've had the legislative days and we've met with people, that doesn't mean that we are going to quit what we're doing. We still need all of your loved ones to be excited about it, to talk about it, to get family and friends involved, get them in contact with us. We are stronger, definitely, in numbers. I don't know that we'll be taking as many people back to the State House with us as what we have. I think it was just too overwhelming for the senator staff.
For example, here's Craig. We had 8 people in there plus ABC 6 News.
Yeah.
And then when you have the news in there, they can't really say from their heart.
And that didn't really go. That meeting wasn't a really good meeting. The best meeting I think we had was with Senator Thomas.
Thomas and
I
O'Brien.
feel like he's really 100% on board. I wasn't in O'Brien's, but
yeah, O'Brien's the same way, 100% on board with us. He's the one that's set up the meeting that we need to have.
Is he Democrat or Republican?
Democrat.
All the Democrats are on our side.
But Eklund's a Republican, and we have to get him on our side, and he supports prison reform. So we need to convince him that pro reform is part of prison reform.
And we do have, hey Shannon, we do have Channel 6 News has been following us around. They came in and filmed us once at the State House. It was just me and James. And then they came to our last legislative day and filmed us walking through the halls, walking into the senator's office. They filmed 2 of our first meetings. I was the one that was mic'd. I forgot that I was mic'd, so they heard a whole lot. But and then the next day, they had asked me and Bobby Joe, our secretary, if we would come in for interviews. So we went in for the interviews the next day and to discuss like the effects of how it affects the families or wives after they get flopped at the parole board. So that's supposed to air, I believe, in May.
Right.
And they're gonna interview him last. But
they interview the best before last.
So, anyways.
But people, if we don't start getting the support that we need statewide, we're not going to have a chance. So you can make a difference. If you're unable to attend events because of health reasons, I'm sure you can make emails, phone calls.
Yeah, anything.
But for those that are able to, we need you at our events, our protests. We're going to be promoting our cause at our protests. What protest does, it brings awareness to the people that's driving by or walking by.
I know a lot of people don't believe in protests, or they don't think that it does any good. It might not to the people that were protesting per se, but it does bring awareness to the community. A lot of people stop and talk to us. They want to know what we're about, and then they take our card or give us their number or something like that. So protests do help in a different way, not necessarily, hurting the people that we're protesting against, but we do bring awareness.
Right. And Candace and Terry does a lot of the driving lately. Candace does. We are looking for a vehicle to be donated so we could make our trip statewide. If you have an extra vehicle that you're not making use of, it is a tax write-off. We could really use that help.
Mm-hmm. He just thought he'd throw that in.
Yeah, I don't have a license, so you're safe. Not anymore, I don't.
I'll probably be the pilot.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
You
we
or
got
Terry.
we got a lot of stuff coming up, and we would love to have people get involved with the organization to help us out. And
You might want to say your email too, so they have it, and Bobby Joe's as well, so secretary on there.
my email is fairtreatmentreform.candace@gmail.com. Our secretary, Bobby Joe, her email is fairtreatmentreform.bobbyjoe@gmail.com. Our vice president, Terry, hers is fairtreatmentreform.terry@gmail.com.
And it's TERI.
Yes. And then our other vice president, Gina, her email is fairtreatmentreform.gina@gmail.com.
And we can post it underneath the video as well.
Well, we have it all over our website too, or all over our Facebook.
It needs to go on our website though.
We'll figure that out when we're done. So, and then next month is, what's your name again?
Jim.
Jem. It's birthday. April 29th.
Pushing 60, almost. I know I don't look it, but I did been offered silver sneakers though. That's not funny though. It isn't.
Several sneakers.
Yeah, that's for older people to go to the gym for free. And I'm not older though. So they have me messed up with somebody else, I'm sure.
So we are trying to think of a fun fundraiser to do for James' birthday.
Well, what we could do is if we raise $500, I won't dance in my birthday suit. So if we get up to 500, start donating now. I know you all gonna donate hundreds.
I'm about to write my check. That's the site I don't want to see.
Or me.
So yes, if you guys have any questions, please inbox us, email us, comment on the video, anything. We are here to answer your questions. So do you want to get into what we're here for?
Sure. I know we didn't. We were talking about other things earlier, but today we're going to talk a little bit about the Chow Hall food and maybe what it used to be compared to what it is today, as well as commissary. Maybe we could say what it was 20 years ago compared to what it is today, so you could get a comparison on how it is. I would like to say this. when I got locked up in 1987, at Christmas time, they'd give you a big steak that covered your whole tray. And of course, you couldn't take it back to your lock. And I was in Old Mansfield, so what I did is I put it in my pockets. I know that might sound sick, but I was not going to miss out on my steak. So everybody stuffed their pockets full of food. And then for breakfast, we used to get bacon, eggs, and then whatever was left over, we'd get for lunch along with our lunch. Then they went down to 2 pieces of chicken for Christmas. Then just recently they went down to 1 chicken patty, I think, a generic chicken patty for lunch. And Thanksgiving is all not even real meat, I don't think.
They got, what did they get? Some gray
roll,
meat.
Wasn't it? Chicken turkey roll.
Dwayne said they got like a piece of turkey, something that was gray.
Old turkey.
And watered down mashed potatoes. He said something that looked like stuffing.
Yeah. And then you never know what's in the food, but that's for another topic.
I think they get sandwiches, or they got a sandwich or something for Christmas.
Yeah, that's at night. Same on Thanksgiving. In the evening time, they will give you 2 sandwiches, peanut butter sandwiches. They might have gone down to 1 there now.
Yeah,
and
I
apple.
haven't heard anything about 2.
And what they and I don't even know what else they put in there. I think it was just a piece of fruit and 2 sandwiches, and nothing to drink. I don't think. I mean, they expect the inmates to buy their own stuff. When you get $12, like closed security gets 12, medium 18, minimum 21. When you have to buy these different things.
Why do they charge different prices, or why do they give them different
security level? Supermax gets nothing.
Wow.
And then if you're medically disabled, you get $3 a month. Ooh. So if you have no legs, and we have people like that, they get $3 a month. You can't even buy your personal hygiene on that, and you only get personal hygiene once a month, a real small thing of soap. It used to be state soap that was made of Lancaster, which was made out of lye, which damaged your skin.
Wow, that's really sad. Because I know there's a lot of people that don't have family that can help them.
A lot of people, people don't realize how many people, especially the older population that's been down so many years, they've lost their family. Either the family gave up on them, or they lost them to death. And then they come out, find out they're going to be homeless, or they have to start their lives over. It's scary.
Rebecca said at London Correctional they serve horse oats for breakfast. And
I know what she's talking about.
Terry said you get 1 roll of TP a week, and then you have to pay for that.
Yeah. Getting to the TP, you're supposed to give them the
empty roll,
and they're supposed to give you one. But we had one institution, I forget which one it was. It was Mansfield, where they told him to use his hand. Or
newspaper.
Newspaper.
No, napkin. They handed him a napkin.
They handed him a napkin.
Yeah.
But I really don't have much good to say about Mansfield, the way they treat people. Yep.
Terry said, my friend at London said the oat says not for human consumption.
That's true.
Mm-hmm. I tried to find the commissary list because my husband sent me one like last summer or something, but just so we could look at the prices.
Well, maybe some of our listeners can ask their family members if they could send them one, and then they could scan it to you or mail it to you. That we have copies, and I'll ask some of the inmates. We have hundreds on our.
I can ask my husband.
Yeah,
I got connections.
Yeah, well, he's going to get on the phone and tell his wife.
Yeah, that's my husband for sure.
And his wife does get things done, though.
He laughs at me because I told him that. I was like, you were never a snitch until you got a wife. Once you got a wife, I'm about to go tell my wife.
That would be funny, though. I told my fiancés, though.
If you knew I mean, if you just really knew him, it's really funny. Because my husband is a little rough around the edges.
Especially when
Gina said, "Oh my God, I took a nap and forgot."
that's unforgivable.
How could you forget about us?
I could see Candace, but I'm here, you know.
He's not a piece of meat, though.
Yeah, I'm not. And for those people that's inboxing me, that is not of the same sex, they need to stop that. I got 2 today. Just because I dressed drag last week does not mean I'm gay.
Terry, can you please come get your friend?
With peanut butter parfait.
But he can be easily persuaded with a peanut butter parfait.
I can be bribed. I'm your typical politician.
Yeah, so so did you eat in the chow hall? I've heard really nasty things about the chow hall.
My last 5 years, the only time I went was maybe on Christmas time. You know, and I got money in every month, but a lot of people didn't. But we would share food and we would make breaks every night, and of course we would get sick after we ate it, and then it would start all over the next day because we ate too much.
Janine said, "Hey, Candace and James."
Hey, who's Janine?
Janine, she is my head admin in my prison wife support group.
Should I be scared?
Yes.
Okay.
All of these women pretty much are prison wives.
What about prison husbands? Discrimination?
We don't allow them to join in our prison wife group because
Inappropriate talk.
yeah.
And us
Inappropriate things.
Us men do not want to hear that.
Yeah, my husband does not eat at the chow hall either. But sometimes he has sent me videograms. Oh my God, they're hilarious. Of the stuff that he fixes. And, yeah. It's interesting.
Inmates, some of them are the best cooks because they can make something out of nothing.
Well, I wouldn't really say it's stuff that he fixed because usually he has people fix his food, but...
Right.
Mildred said they are more careful with inmates who have family.
But the food is still the same. When I asked at ORW several years ago when I was with Amy about tasting the food, Warren said, "Get the F out of the institution." That was right after the cockroach thing.
Oh.
So she was kind of hostile.
Well, if me and Gina and Bobby Joe get to go tour CRC, then this time we'll go to the chow hall because I didn't get to see it last time.
I set that up for you guys. I don't know if you want to go to Lorraine or to I know I have the contacts at CRC, and I would also like you to go through FMC with some of the new board members. Maybe you could do that the same day. I might be able to work that out. They're in the same area.
Gina said Anthony doesn't cook; he donates the food.
Yeah. I didn't.
That's
cook
what
either. I had a friend that cooked for me.
That's what Dwayne does. He gives the food to them. But they can really make some crazy things like pizza.
Well, you know how we made money years ago? We made grilled cheese sandwiches. And, of course, we had a cool CO at the time until somebody snitched him out. We'd steal loaves of bread and cheese from the chow hall, use an iron, put the iron on the sandwiches, sell 2 for $1. It worked.
Mildred said my son decided to get certified as a cook to eat in the kitchen. Joe makes the dessert but donates the other food. Yep. Dwayne is he was a vegan there for a while and he didn't eat flesh. I'm like, can you not say that word? That's disgusting.
I eat flesh. I have nothing to hide about it. Not that I'm a cannibalist or whatever you call it. I'm talking about like cow, I better emphasize, and chicken and turkey.
Well, I'm severe anemic, so my doctor said that if I didn't want to start drinking blood, that I had to start eating raw, rare
Ooh.
steak. And I'm like, yeah, it's not going to be rare, but currently he works in the kitchen and gets to eat better. That's good.
Yeah, usually at least certain workers in there eat better. The ones that are lazy, that the staff hate, they don't get to eat that good.
Oh.
Um,
So what is what did you put in your breaks?
well, it was a common thing when I was up at Fraser Hospital when I was going through chemo. I became friends with this one guy. We would steal a big bag of potatoes out of the chow hall and a bunch of eggs, and of course they had the meat packaging company there. And he would make all this stuff out of the potatoes and the eggs and put it in the microwave. Boy, that was good. But what we put into our breaks, well, years ago, the way you made breaks was you would get a big trash bag. You would boil the water, let that sit in a bowl, then you would dump it on the trash bags, and you would cut up a summer sausage, cheese, put nachos in there, then you use your hands like...
You still eat them? Terry says you still eat them.
Yes, I do. Thank you very much. But anybody want to come over? My roommate makes great breaks. But
I want to try one.
they are good.
Okay, go ahead. So you mix it up.
Yeah, we mixed it all up. Then we would take our fake knife, which was a lid thing, and we would split in corners, and each person would get a section of it. And then usually we have enough for somebody that doesn't have any money, and we'd share.
So wait
with
a
them.
minute. So you cut up the summer sausage, and then
you would have to boil the water though in a bowl or something. And we didn't have bowls years ago, so we kind of softened the noodles up by just throwing water on them on that bag. So,
and then that's all you put in it?
no, dill pickle. Some people use tuna. Some people use jack-mac. I'm not eating no fish in mine. That's just not me. We would put garlic in there because they would sell the containers of garlic. I put a little bit too much in it.
Yeah, I can always tell when Dwayne has a break the day before our visit because
of
it's
garlic. Yeah, and garlic's very healthy for you. That's one reason I did it, because I used to work out years ago. I know you don't believe me, but that's true. I did.
Really?
I used to be part of the squat competition. So that was in 91, 90.
Way back.
Right.
I wasn't even born then.
Come on, you're not that much. Well, no, you're not that much younger than me.
My baby was born in 91, actually. My youngest was born in 91.
It shows how old she is. My youngest was born my oldest was born in 82.
My oldest was born in 89. Yeah, so, because I've heard people put like chili in there and beans.
Yeah, I would use a chili with no beans. Now sometimes
And
they
then
stuff it in.
mayonnaise sometimes.
But that was
I've
a chili
heard.
break. That was a chili break.
Oh.
When they did that, because they on the ramen noodle soups, they usually had Texas beef, chili, and chicken, and once in a while Oriental. And the Oriental, nobody bought that. It just didn't taste good in a break. But we have made chili breaks before, and those are actually pretty good.
I know my husband, they'll take like the potato chips, like the sour cream and onion potato chips,
Yep.
and they'll add water to it, and so that's like almost like a mashed, like a potato pancake or something.
Yeah.
Or a mashed
Yeah.
potato.
They've been doing that for well, actually that originated, I think, from Mansfield, old Mansfield. I
You know
didn't
what
do
we
it.
should do?
Huh.
We should totally do a break one night.
Yeah, we'll do a break, folks, and of course, y'all can come here and help out. Depending on how many people you need, ramen noodle soups, and believe me, this is how I got my heart disease, from the salt thing. There.
Oh, I'm sure.
The salt's a killer. We would need the soups, squeezed cheese, or you could put mayonnaise in instead. Well, you could put actually both in. I've seen people put both in. Dill pickle, summer sausage, or chicken. Summer sausage is the best though, because that's beef. You know, I never used the pork one because I don't eat pork. So I know
You don't eat ham? Bacon?
Mm-mm. Oh, ham I do. Ham I do.
That's pork.
Yeah, bacon I stopped years ago on that.
So anybody who wants to come over for a break, we'll put this on our calendar.
Yeah, and I had this big bowl that was sent in a clothes box in the 90s, and you could put 5 soups in there. And my friend Gerald Loomer, who was the only person I was really going to fight for when I got out, he ended up dying, but he was the one that would do the cooking. You know, and I left everything I had to him when I left.
Terry said last year.
Huh?
Terry said last year.
What about last year?
I don't know. So, let's see. Next week we will be talking about should ex-felons be treated like felons even though they are out. I guess, like, is it hard to get housing, things like that.
And should ex-felons be treated any less as a regular visitor when they go back to visit?
Bacon.
Bacon. No, I haven't had bacon last year neither, Terry. It's been about 3 years. Because Paul doesn't get it anymore when he goes shopping. We had turkey bacon now. That's one thing we will eat.
I use turkey bacon in my greens.
Turkey bacon tastes actually good if you know how to cook it.
So we'll plan that, and we will do a live, and we'll
Cooking show.
We'll cook a break and something else because I'm sure Paul has other things, prison things that
He doesn't want to remember.
Well,
No. Yeah. I'll be the chef. This is the only thing I know how to make is a break.
Well, so we got to pick. Easter is on April 21st, so.
Yeah. So we may bypass that. Maybe we'll do Saturday instead. We have to check our schedule, or Friday night or something.
So we need ramen noodles, summer sausage, a dill pickle, squeeze cheese. What's squeeze cheese?
You don't know? Oh, you weren't locked up. It's cheese that they sell in like a crab in like a ketchup container type of thing, and you squeeze the cheese out because that's the only kind they sell in prison.
You can buy that in the store?
Yeah. Well, if we're gonna do it like the prison, I don't know how to make it out of regular cheese. I'm sure you can, by putting the cheese on it and let it melt in there. Paul does get the Velveeta cheese all the time. So.
And so squeeze cheese and what else?
Nachos to put on, crunch up and put in there.
Like nachos, like Doritos?
Yeah.
I need to write this down.
No. The ranch or the barbecue are the best. Barbecue probably, because it gives it more of a taste. Garlic powder we have. And then so Terry could come over and eat break with us.
Bobby Joe's coming too. I'm a maker.
So is Galisa. Galisa, I know you liked your breaks when you were locked up like me. We're going to do a cooking show on it. I'm going to wear my chef hat.
And nothing else. So
no, that's not true. That's not.
That'll
true.
be for your birthday. That's what we can do for your birthday.
If we don't get a donation of.
That's what we'll do it on April 28th.
Yeah, because we got.
And that'll be your birthday. That'll be your birthday celebration. So dill pickle, summer sausage, and.
You probably just one bag is all you need. You probably can use regular cheese in there, but of course we didn't have like sliced cheese, and I wouldn't use sliced cheese. I would use if we get like pepper jack cheese, that tastes real good in there.
I can't eat anything hot.
Yeah, or
so ramen,
cheese.
Squeezed cheese, dill pickle, summer sausage, and chips. That's it.
Right. We could ask Paula afterwards what else. goes into it. So of course, take notes that day. And then when you make it,
Tell Anthony we said hi.
Yeah.
We said hey.
Yeah, and when you make it, you can always invite us over. We like being invited over for breaks.
So, for breaks. So, what kind of desserts did you guys make?
We made fudge
Fudge.
out of peanut butter and candy bars and graham crackers. Or cookies. Actually, sometimes they put cookies in the fudge. Those were good too. Those sold 2 for $1. So I was a salesperson.
What would be considered $1? When did they take smoking out of the prisons?
Let's see. I got out 2011. They took that out around 2005, 2006. I'm just guessing.
I bet that was horrible.
And you know, when they took the tobacco out, inmates would take apart the beds and get the cigarettes that were stuffed in there from 10, 15 years ago.
Oops.
That addiction, and you know, for your example,
John says hi.
a bag of tobacco now is going for $600, and officers are bringing it in. You know, and one pinhead joint is going for $9.
One pinhead joint. I have no idea what that is.
That's the size of a pinhead. That's how small the joints are.
Oh.
I used to help out with that. Not that I haven't changed. I'm talking about years ago, because you know the funniest thing happened. Somebody asked me to roll up marijuana for them, so I'm doing it on my bunk. He ends up going to the gym, and I get busted. Yeah, and I get busted. I did 6 months in a hole because I wouldn't give out their names. That was at Grafton.
Tony said mine's in the sewing room.
What?
She just said mine's in the sewing room.
Oh.
He must have a job in the sewing room, I'm thinking. Yeah, so this will be fun. So Terry's going to have to come over. Bobby Joe's going to have to come over.
Terry's not going to eat a break, no matter how much you try to get her to eat it.
She's still going to come over.
Victoria will now. She loves breaks.
I'm gonna make her come over.
Yeah, bring Buster Parfait with you. For
That's
dessert.
not prison
Yeah, it is technically
issued.
Well, when I was a post commander for AMVETS up at Grafton, we sold Piero's ice cream and Haagen-Dazs ice cream. And whatever was left, we were able to take back to our cells. So we'd put it outside our window. We'd have 15 containers hanging from our windows. And of course, next thing we see COs eating ice cream, walking past our windows.
Oh, wow.
You know, but we usually gave it to people that didn't have the money to buy any.
John says, get a hold of Nagy. He makes the best.
True, Nagy does make good stuff, but I think Nagy's kind of old now, and he's got a lot of health problems. I ate Nagy's breaks years ago.
Well, I'll have Dwayne tell me a recipe and I'll make something.
Yeah, make sure he doesn't tell you with fish, because I bet you anything he eats the
He
fish.
does
in
like
his.
fish.
Right. And
Yeah.
Jack Max
Well,
stinks
salmon.
so bad.
He likes the salmon. He makes the salmon croquettes.
We used to make salmon patties in the joint. And they look like hamburger. We'd put them together, put them in the microwave. I forget if they used, I think they used chips on the inside to kind of stiffen it up. But that was pretty good, and I don't like fish, but I ate that.
Mm-hmm. I eat salmon patties. I make my own. Not in the microwave, but...
Well, I don't know how I got hair on this shirt, because it was in a drawer, no place else, and I didn't have Morris on me. Morris is kind of disciplined right now. He's in the bedroom.
Oh, poor guy. So, is there anything else, any other questions you guys have for us, or anything else you want to talk about?
Let's talk about the shirts that are available.
We have a Fair Treatment Reform and Reentry shirt. Mine says...
Oh, this one?
Fair Treatment Reform Reentry. Mine says advocating for your incarcerated loved one.
And I don't know what mine says.
Nobody can see it anyways.
Oh.
It says everybody makes mistakes.
Okay.
Mine said Team Hudson on the back of mine.
Yeah.
Like that.
Well, I didn't have a Team Cronenberger except my family. Of course, we didn't have shirts back then.
So if you want to order one, they're $15. If you need it shipped to you, it's $5 extra. So you can contact me.
And so that you know that to ship it out, it's been costing $7.90 some. So you've been getting a break on that.
Well, some people, it depends on where they're
Oh, okay.
Let's see, anything else?
And try to get a shirt for our protest. If everybody could be unified with the FTRR shirts, that's going to look good.
I'm going to wear mine.
I'm going to wear mine too.
Bobby Joe's got hers. Gina has hers.
I didn't see Gina
got
get one.
yours.
She got one?
Mm-hmm.
Which one? The blue one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Good vice presidents and secretary. Good president too sometimes. She's doing a good job.
You do
though.
realize I'm sitting right here beside you, right?
I forgot.
I can hear and see you and touch you.
But I tell you, in the last month, if people have seen how fast our group is growing, I think we're heading in the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
We're gaining support. We're getting people to listen to what we're trying to say. We're getting people to listen on saving money in the state of Ohio. You're talking about $30-some million a year that they're keeping our people hostage, basically, that should have been home years ago. It all started with Reginald Wilkinson as a director who was in for 32 years. You know, then Ed Moore became the director, then Gary Moore. Well, no, then then Collins, and then Gary Moore. And nothing's changed throughout any of them. As long as you have Cynthia Mauser there, nothing's ever going to change.
Sharon said she's wearing hers, and Gina said all the time.
Sharon who?
Sharon Hilliard.
Oh, hi, Sharon. How's my friend that wanted the picture next to me? I forget what her name is.
Bonnie.
Yeah, Bonnie. Bonnie and Clyde, that's right.
Our organization is taking off, Gina said. Teamwork makes the dream work.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you have a board full of women. People like to look at women more, so.
It's just because the women came in and got you all together.
Yeah, well, when you get Alzheimer's, it doesn't help.
Trust me, I'm on him.
And don't forget about our questionnaire. If you would like a copy, email, I don't know, Bobby Joe or...
Well, we'll see. We're going to get that together. The questionnaires, which we got to work on that right now. Sharon said she's listening.
Sharon, oh, your friend is? Hi, friend. What's her name?
Bonnie, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Bonnie and Clyde. That's how she told me to remember her name.
Gina said you have strong women on your side.
Well, I kind of feel discrimination.
And he's scared of all of us. Are you scared of me, James?
Yep. I'm scared of anybody that's in any cutie group.
And the prison wives groups?
Hell yeah. I mean, us men do not have a chance.
Do you realize, though, that the majority of the people who come in here in your organization are all from my prison wife support group? They're all a cutie.
That's okay. We need them. We need your husbands when they get out, or boyfriends. And I'm starting a group, too, called the Male Cutie. No, that sounds
The Male
gay.
Cutie.
That sounds gay. It's not going to be that. I don't know what it could be.
The Kings.
Yeah, the Kings. And I do have a hat that says King. And I do wear it. It's a black hat. I got it at Steve Fletcher's event last year because he knew I was the King. He came right to me, handed me the hat, and said he expects me to wear it at all times.
And you wonder why you're single?
I'm single because I don't need a woman to take care of me. I take care of myself. And I don't have the time for dating. I really don't, if you think of it. None of us do, with everything that's happening.
I sure don't.
I mean, if you would realize every day we're going from morning till night. Sometimes the phone calls end at 11 o'clock at night or as early as 6 o'clock in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
You know, or we have
I
a fence.
eat, breathe, and sleep this group.
Yeah, I think we all do. But it's such a relief now. Everything's not let on me and Terry anymore. That, you know, people are doing their share, and that's what makes a difference. And then now we're going to get some committees organized. I can't remember what they all are though.
Reentry. We have the parole committee. Reentry. The fundraising, and then the events.
Right. So if you would like to sit on any of those committees, talk to one of our vice presidents. Who are they? Wait a second.
Gina and Terry.
Oh yeah, Gina and Terry. Gina's the one in the Cleveland area who started off as our Cleveland advisor. She was the one with the, I don't want to say big mouth, but she was heard at our protest in Columbus. She was very good at speaking with that megaphone.
She did good. She did a good job. But he's not saying you got a big mouth, though.
No. But she got people to stop and talk.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and if I remember, they marched around the DRC building.
Mm-hmm.
But now when we
it was me, her sister-in-law, and Alan.
And I was sitting down.
Yes, it was only us four that did it.
Right, but the DRC has moved to a brand new building, but all the mail still would go to that old one at 770 West Broad Street, and the Pro Board's still there at this time.
They moved?
Yeah, they moved out to, I got the address someplace. The director now is no longer on West High. I'm at West Broad.
So where are we going for the meeting?
I had to Google up the ODRC new address. Actually, I'll call Monday and get it.
Oh, Lord, help us all.
They gave it to me. I got it written down someplace.
Yeah, because that's an early meeting, so...
That's 9 o'clock, I think,
Yeah.
isn't it? Yeah. It's in, I believe it's in West Columbus now. Terry knows the address. Or at least the street, she knows.
I'm sure we can find it out.
And if you have any suggestions on questions that you would like us see us ask the new director regarding parole, let us know. That doesn't mean those are going to be the ones that we're going to ask, but bring some suggestions to us.
I have all kinds of suggestions.
Right. I do too, but I can't say it on camera.
Yeah, so that's going to be interesting. Gina, I don't know if you can get off that day, because Richland's the day before, and this would actually be on Friday, but that's the day that we meet with the new ODRC director.
And Candace is going to be our spokesperson that day. Usually we've had the president be a spokesperson.
I'm always the spokesperson for everything.
We've made it a habit that whoever the president was would be the spokesperson. Then we would chime in on the, whatever the question is.
Gina said, I'm in process of making a flyer for national protest and have been commenting on any and everything I can that's national about it. Cool. That's what we need.
Now all we need you to do is move down to Columbus where it's happening. Because we need you in Cleveland too, because you're gaining a lot of support for us.
Yes.
My territory, Cleveland. That's
Sorry, I had to yawn.
Yeah, last time I did, my teeth.
It is, no, not the 10th. It is...
What?
It's the day after. Sorry. It's the 12th.
It's a day, yeah.
We go to Richland on the 11th, and then we meet with the ODRC.
Yeah, if you're going, I need a note fairly soon so I can give your name to Kathy up there, the secretary.
So if you have any suggestions for us to talk about our topics, I think in April we'll probably just have 3 shows because Easter, everybody can just relax and enjoy your families. What's the meeting with DRC date? It's April 12th, Gina, is when we meet with her.
That's only open for our executive board, that meeting. That's when all the department heads of the DRC will be there. The regional directors may be by phone. Some will be there. Cynthia Mouse is usually there on the pro board chair.
She said add her name.
Okay, I will.
Her name is Gina McFabulous.
Damn, I gave the wrong name to.
Yep.
To who did I call her earlier? Oh, Beverly.
Mm-hmm. It's Gina McFabulous.
I probably spelled her name wrong, anyways. No, I spelled
it. You probably did.
No, I spelled it the way she put it. Now, if it's wrong, it's because she.
You can't even copy and paste.
I did this one
correctly. Even if you copy and paste, it's still gonna be.
The words are gonna come up spelled wrong.
Right. Yes. So we're gonna go. We've got a lot of stuff. Yes, that's it. Thursday Richland, and then Friday the ODRC.
Right.
And
maybe we could have coffee after that or something this time. Or maybe we can go all out for lunch.
Yeah. Are you buying?
I'm the poorest man in Columbus. When I walk in the State House, everybody yells, "There's the poorest man in Columbus."
Whatever.
So.
Okay, we've got to get these letters organized for the questionnaires to go out and some other stuff we got to do. So we want to say thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for all your support. Keep your questions, suggestions, comments, everything coming to us so that we can grow stronger as a group and continue to fight the good fight for what's right.
Oh, sorry.
Really?
No, oh, damn my teeth. The bottoms pop up because they have too loose.
This is what I have to deal with every day. So we will see you guys next time. Are we waiting for the new proposal? Yes, it should be coming.
Yeah,
with the name changed on it.
Right. We just added new board members and removed one person. And let's say this, just because your name's on a proposal or you send it in, that doesn't mean you can do
whatever you want with
right.
the proposal. That is our proposal. That is copywritten. And yes, we just asked, and that's why we asked for liaisons in the prisons so that we don't run into the issues that we were having prior to people just saying like anything and putting our name in it. So this way we have 1, 2, maybe 2 contact people in a prison who we are working with directly that can get our newsletters out, get our information out, someone who is well versed in our proposal and knows what it's about to answer any questions that the guys may have, and as well as if there's any issues that are going on in the prison that they would like us to address, then they can bring those issues to us. That's what we're looking for in right. each of the prisons.
And we will add them to our JPay if they're not on it. But a lot of stuff they might have to respond through writing, especially if there's a lot of concerns from people on whatever it may be. It might be a medical. To be honest, I don't really care about the Chow Hall food. That's the least of our concerns right now. We're trying to fight for the lives of so many people that could die in prison if they don't get released.
Yeah, that need to be paroled. So we are going to take a list of people, and just because you say that they will do it, we will actually need to speak with them to make sure that it's something that they want to do. So we're going to make a list of the people, and then we'll decide who's going to be our liaisons in each prison.
Right. We could have two in some of them too because of the size of them, or one might have a camp.
Yeah.
And you know, some of the prisons are huge. Like for example, Lucasville, they're locked down the majority of the time. They have one-man cells, so you're probably going to want two there from different areas. Warren is huge. Lebanon, Mansfield. Grafton's real small. Grafton's got the fewest inmates out of any camp. Yeah. That's not my phone.
My husband.
Oh, wait a second. He could be on with us.
Well, everybody's leaving. I don't want to hear that.
Well,
You
she's
can
got.
end it. I have my husband's calling. I have to.
Can you
step
believe
out.
she will accept a call from him and get off our live?